Hello, and in this video, I'm going to share with you why you should never repeat yourself when giving commands to your dog. Because if you do this, you're actually teaching your dog that the command is optional. Now, the one exception to this rule is if you are teaching your dog a new trick or a new command. But once they know it, once they understand it, once they have reliably performed that behavior on command, then it becomes an unreliable command if you repeat yourself. So let me explain what I mean by that. So here's an example. Say we've taught our dog the command leave it and we want to test that out right now. If I say leave it once and he goes to it, I go like this, leave it. He goes to it and I get frustrated and I repeat myself, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. What I am doing there is I am essentially telling him that the command leave it is optional. It's okay if you don't do it. It's okay if you do it. It doesn't matter because I'm repeating myself and I'm not correcting him for not listening to me the first time. Okay, so when we use a verbal cue, we need to follow 3 very important steps. We have to give the cue, we have to wait for the dog to respond, and then we have to follow up with either a reward or a correction. If we don't do that, the dog doesn't learn as effectively. So let us take another look at that example of us testing out the leave it command. So we say leave it, and then we watch to see what he does. If he doesn't listen the first time, we want to give him a correction. If he listens the first time, we want to reward him. Now, if we don't do that, if we just repeat ourselves, the dog will eventually figure out that he can choose whether or not to listen to us the first time. And this happens all the time with dogs that are not listening to their owner. The owners will repeat themselves over and over and over again, but they're not following the 3 important steps that I mentioned earlier. The other reason why we don't want to repeat ourselves is because it can become a game for our dog, where they just basically are waiting to see. How many times were we going to repeat ourselves before? We give them the permission to go ahead and do what they were originally trying to do. So it becomes a game for them. They basically learn that the command is optional. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there is one time where repeating yourself is perfectly okay, even recommended. That is when you're teaching your dog something new. So when you're teaching your dog a new command, a new trick, something that they've never done before, then you want to start off by giving them the cue and then repeating that cue until they perform the behavior. So here's an example of that. Let us say we reteaching our dog a new trick where we want him to touch his nose to our hand like this. So we would start off by saying touch, and then we would wait. And if he doesn't do it, we would do it again. Touch, touch. We want to repeat it several times until he eventually performs the behavior. Once he performs the behavior, then we would reward him. And then after that, the next time we ask him to do it, if he doesn't listen the first time, we would correct him. So we would give him the cue and then we would wait. And if he doesn't listen, we would correct him. We wouldn't just keep repeating the cue over and over again. The only time you should be repeating the cue is if you reteaching them something new or you reteaching them a new trick. Once they know the trick, once they've got it down, then you never want to repeat yourself. If you struggling with getting your dog to listen to you and you find yourself repeating commands over and over again, chances are your dog has figured out that the command is optional and he will only do it when he feels like doing it. Another really common example of this is when people are trying to teach their dog to shake. So they'll say shake, and if the dog doesn't do it, they'll say shake, 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 and the dog eventually gives them the paw. When the dog gives them the paw, they reward him, and then the next time they ask him to shake, if he doesn't do it, they'll say shake, 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 again, right? They're repeating themselves. Now what they should have done instead was said, shake, and then waited. If he didn't do it, corrected him, and then if he did do it, rewarded him. So it's very important that we don't repeat ourselves. I want to make sure that I'm being very clear about this because I know some of you may still be confused about when you should repeat yourself and when you shouldn't. So let me give you a couple more examples. Let us say that you've taught your dog the command, go to your place, and you want to see if he remembers that command. So you tell him, go to your place, and you go like this. Go to your place, go to your place, go to your place, go to your place. What you're reteaching him there is that it's okay if you don't go to your place. You don't have to do it. It's fine. It's totally cool. Instead, what you should have done was say, go to your place, and then wait. If he didn't go to his place, you could have corrected him, and then if he did go to his place, then you would have rewarded him. But say that you've taught your dog the command come and you want to see if he remembers that command. So you tell him, come, and you call him like this. Come, 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 come again, right? You're repeating yourself. What you're teaching him there is that it's okay if you don't come. It's okay if you decide not to come. That's totally fine. Instead, what you should have done was say, come, and then wait. If he didn't come, you could have corrected him, and then if he did come, then you would have rewarded him. So, as you can see, it's very important that we don't repeat ourselves. If we do, the dog will eventually stop listening to us altogether because he knows that he can choose whether or not to listen to us, and it doesn't matter because we always give in eventually and let him do what he wants to do anyway. Okay, I hope that cleared everything up for you about when you should repeat yourself and when you shouldn't. If you're still confused about this, please post your questions in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer every single one of them. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you join our dog training family. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next video.